What's up, folks? DJ CEO here. I just want to take a moment to pretty much say thank you. This is pretty much a thank you speech that you might see anybody give at an award show, anybody being honored for something. Before I get to the point where I'm stacking all these accolades, I just want to say thank you to everyone who was a part of my life to help me get to this point and in my career. This is a thank you for just that, for just being you and helping. So I want to start off first by saying I just want to thank God for giving me this gift and this talent to spread love through music. It means the world to me, and I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for even understanding my purpose and all of this. A lot of times people are given gifts and talents and they do nothing with it. And when you have gifts and talents, you're supposed to share with the world. So for me, even having that simple understanding, I am grateful for. I want to thank my parents, my dad, my entire family for making music a huge part of my life at a very early age. I can just remember weekends, no birth. It's not a birthday, not a holiday, nothing. Just random weekends, random Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, and uncles and aunts and cousins would be at the house, and we'd just be partying and dancing in the living room all day and all night, just for the joy and love of music. And I remember a gentleman told me one time, what I do every time I step in the DJ booth is I try to recreate that feeling that I had at that moment as a child with the world. And when he said that, it just made so much sense. It resonated so much with me. And, I do. When I'm out there, I just try to share the joy that I've always had for music. And it comes from me when I'm young and just being around family. So I want to thank you so much for that. Dane Page, Mr. Dane Page, who is a stepdad to a very good friend of mine, Christopher Ellis. We all were together in Brooklyn. And I remember I was about 14, 15 years old. He said, hey, come by the house. I want to show you something. So we all in the living room, and he played a video of DJ Jazzy Jeff. And it blew my mind. This was my introduction to Jazzy Jeff as a DJ. I knew who Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince was, but just to see DJ Jazzy Jeff as a DJ do his thing, it blew my mind. And at that very moment, I knew I wanted to be a DJ. So, Mr. Dane Page, I want to thank you so much for being a part of that pivotal moment in my life. And also, I want to thank Jazzy Jeff for just being the standard. I mean, I could have came across DJing from anyone, but it was you, and you are the standard. So I want to thank you so much for being the magnificent DJ Jazzy Jeff and giving all us DJs who came up after you something to strive for. Fred and Rich, my man DJ Brooklyn Rich. First, I want to say rest in peace to my man Fred, who is no longer with us. But Fred and Rich were like the older cats in the building, the cool cats. And when I decided I wanted to be a DJ, they were already DJs, and they would let me just come to the house and just mess around for hours on end trying to figure out what am I going to do with this DJ thing, how am I going to do it, learning my craft. So I want to thank you so much for that, because you guys allowed me to create the foundation to my skill set, as a DJ. So thank you so much for that. My brother Henry Greenwich, who I've said multiple times to his face, to everyone I come across, without him, I would not have a DJ career. Up until this point, I had no equipment. So all of my practicing, all my learning, all my, figuring it out was just going to people's houses who had the equipment. So when I went to his house, he had a set. I jumped on, and he was like, yo, you're kind of nice with this. He said, you want to DJ my birthday party? I said, sure, when is it? And it was like in 5 days. And we did it, and it was fun, and I had a blast, and that was the beginning of us, going on that journey as DJs together. And I want to thank my entire Up Echelon crew, my brothers. These are my brothers, people I would die for. Henry X, Jay, Daryl, Kwame. Thank you for riding with me when I say, yo, let's go do these events, let's do these parties, let's go make this money. Thank you, because you allowed me, you helped me create a platform for me to be a DJ and be DJ CEO and kind of get my name out there and learn the business, that I needed to know. So thank you so much. I love you brothers to death. Shout out to my man Gideon. Gideon is another one of my brothers. I love him to death. He was the first person I met when I first started at Kiss FM. And he's been by my side ever since. Him and his mom gave me and Henry our first paid gig. And we were so young and wet behind the ears. We had this real terrible old amp. And she was paying us $200 to do this gig, some, backyard birthday party thing out on Long Island. The amp blew in like the first 5 minutes. She said, here's $100, go get a new amp. We got a new amp. and she supported us. She knew we were young and we were trying to like figure this thing out. And so thank you so much to Gideon's mom. And Gideon, you've always been by me day one. You were the one who brought me in to audition for the show on Fuse, which I eventually got. So I love you, brother. Thank you so much for everything. Chuck Chillout, while I was at KISS, we used to drive Chuck to KISS appearances where he would DJ like block parties and stuff like that, and he would let me and like another cat named David just get on for like 10 minutes and just kind of like work it out a little bit. But that meant a lot. So Chuck, thank you. Big shout out to my mom. She's never really understood this whole idea of being a DJ and a career and making a living off of it. She's old school and that's all good, but she's still a mother and she still believed in me. So when I resisted long before I left vinyl to get to Serato, but when I had to make the change, I really had no money like that, at least not for a laptop. My mom went out and bought me a laptop because this is what I wanted to do. So Mom, I love you so much and thank you for buying that laptop for me and you rode with me for a long time. Chris Johnson, because when I switched over to Serato, I had no idea how I was going to get all this music on a laptop. He gave me his entire library, which I know a lot of DJs did for their friends when it was time to make the switch. So Chris, man, I love you so much for that. Thank you, brother. All the promoters, any promoter early on in my career that just gave me an opportunity, from MIH to Tom Kitten to Tim Gray and his whole crew, everybody, Derek Coley, everybody, whoever allowed me an opportunity to rock a party early on. I appreciate my man Mike Mancini, who really kind of opened my eyes to a different world when it came to nightlife and what you can do with it. And it's no knock on what I was doing and everybody else who continues to do what we were doing during that time. But he showed me it was just so much more out there and so much more that I can do musically than just the typical stuff. He opened me up to so many things, and we did so many amazing major things, from the Influence series, which ran 2 years and just kind of really gave nightlife a boost that it needed. We took it to Turks and Caicos, and because of that, I ended up DJing in Russia. So, Mike co-signed me when he never even heard me before when he co-signed me. He rocked with me from day one, and I will never forget that. And you definitely helped change the course of my career. My man Gardy, a lot of you who know me for my style, you have this man to thank. Prior to Gardy, I was wearing suits, but I didn't have style. It's fat, it was like a suit, but it wasn't stylish. And he took me, he's like, yo, I'm gonna show you how your style should be. You're a slim dude, got this look, this is, look at these things, this is what you should be doing. And from there, I wrote it, and it's taken me so many places. So Gardy, love you, brother. Thank you so much for helping me find my style and my identity. Shout out to my man Malik Bowie and everybody over at Rap City. Back when I was working at BET, when I should have been like focused on the shows I was working on, every day I would come to the office like, yo, when you're gonna let me get on, when you're gonna let me be a guest DJ. And every day I would ask, and they finally let me on. And if you find that footage and you see it, this is before Gardy got to me, so you can see what I'm talking about when it comes to style. But thank you guys for allowing me to be a guest DJ in Rap City and make that my TV debut. I want to thank all the DJs out there that I've ever been on the bill with, that's ever pushed me, that's ever introduced me to stuff that maybe I wasn't aware of. I want to thank you all because you all made me a better DJ. I can't name you all, but you know who you are. Thank you so much. I have to thank my fiance, Shireen, who from our first date, she said, you are special and you are going to go places because you have a really special gift. And you got it. That thing, you got it. And she owed me from day one, and she's the one that said, yo, let's move to Vegas. And because of that move, man. So, Shireen, I love you so much, so much. Thank you so much for riding for me and riding with me. And I know it's been tough for you, but you've been by my side the whole time, and I love you very much. Thank you. My man EJ, who Mike introduced me to, I didn't know anybody out here in the industry in Vegas. And EJ from day one has been a brother to me, and he's made so many connections for me and introductions and helped me establish relationships when I knew nobody in this industry out here. EJ, I love you. Thank you for constantly praying for me. I constantly pray for you. I love you. Thank you. My sis, Tennille, we grew up together in Brooklyn. She moved out to Vegas like a year before me. And I came out here before my fiance made the move. I had no place to stay. I didn't know what I was going to do. And her and her now husband Ori allowed me to stay in the house and kind of figure out, how I was going to establish myself in the city. Without you guys, I don't know how I would have done it. I want to thank everybody who's tried to help me in any way in my career. Anybody who's tried to manage me, tried to be an assistant, everybody. Tim, Kev, Lindsay, Andrea, KJ, Sydney, Alexis, Africa, Shauna, anybody, and so many more people. I'm sorry if I forget your name. Please blame it on my head and on my heart. But anybody who's tried to help me, I know a lot of things didn't always work out, but you may have gotten me a half a step closer where I needed to go. So I thank you so much for that. Special woman I just recently met not too long ago. We both have said to each other that we are grateful for coming into each other's lives. God put us together for a reason. And you are such a special spirit. So Miss Tamiko Mosley, thank you for things that you haven't even done yet, but you are trying to do for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I want to thank all the supporters. Anybody who's ever listened to me tell you my crazy, wild visions and stories and my dreams, and you listened to me and you believed in me and you supported me, whether it be from a distance or up close. I want to thank you so much. Once again, thank you to everyone. I love you all. You helped me get to this point, and it's just the beginning. All right? Thanks. Peace.